Right here we have the 250 LCQ lobby. Everyone is in here. We are ready to go. Alright, just waiting on TACman and Audacity to ready up. Give them just a minute. The game has been a little weird for me tonight, so bear with me. A couple times here, it's gotten stuck on the menu screen before starting a race. So, alright, everyone's readied up. Let's try this again. Good to go. Track for tonight is Ioma Practice 2. Pretty popular custom track on this game. A lot of people have ridden it, enjoy it. Will be an interesting test for these 250 riders tonight, however. Really going to have to be precise, hit your marks. Shout out to Strack for the sick track. Really a big fan of his tracks. There's a lot of line selection. Makes for some good racing. So 2 rounds to go in the series, including tonight. So I really think this could be a breaking point in this 250 points chase. Obviously, Axis wrapped up the 450 class last week. Got that championship. We sent him out a dope little trophy. Y'all will probably see more of that to come, but 251 championship that is still on the line. So 9-man LCQ here. Lonzo, who's a first race with us, Boomer Sooner, TACman, MX Mickey, Audacity, Frankie DMB, and Amethyst Nix. Everyone is readying up, and then we'll drop the gate. And Boomer Sooner, we're just gonna go ahead and have to go. So, alright, let's get into it here. I'm excited to see some racing. Let's go on board with, let's do Frankie DMB. See if he can get a good start. This PSHP team has been red hot. Look at that. Picked the right guy. Gets out of the gate clean. Oh, gets pushed a little bit there, but tends to happen in that first turn. And it's Amethyst Nix out front. Gets caught up. Cuts down that turn a little bit. A little bit of a collision there. But Audacity finding their way out front. Definitely has the speed to run away with this one. But yeah, Boomer Sooner making a charge here. Now remember, it is the top 2 transfer positions in this race will go to the main event for the 250 class. The 450s, we were just at 1 full lobby tonight, so no need for an LCQ. So we will do 250 LCQ and then straight into the 450 main event first. But Boomer Sooner and Audacity battling it out here. These whoops are absolutely deep, so especially on these 250s, you got to get a good run, be in the right gear. Can be crucial in this race. As Boomer Sooner goes down, that's going to allow Lonzo to sneak into that second place position. Frankie DMB, after a good start, kind of getting nudged out of the way early. He is in third, looking to capitalize. Almost goes off track there, but saves it. Boomer Sooner trying to recover and get back in this fight. JGR Team Fried Rider TACman. Couple close calls in LCQs this year where he maybe should have gotten in. Looking to see if he can work his way into this transfer position tonight. He's got Captain Cole on the inside, who is pushing hard trying to get around, but Tac's going to shut the door this time around. MX Mickey and Amethyst back here struggling just a little bit now. Back up front, Audacity still holding it down. Lonzo rocking the J-Coupe kit. P2, he's going to go to the main in his first appearance as they run at the moment, but still plenty of time with 3 minutes plus 1 to go. Frankie DMB, most of his team is in for the night, so he wants to do the same. Boomer Sooner and Tac getting through the whoops here, kind of turning into jumpers at the end of that section. But still Audacity out front, and Lonzo, who's actually closing the gap just a little bit. Surprised to see this. I thought Audacity might have had a little bit more speed to break away here, but No need for Lonzo obviously to do anything, but maybe he's going to try to go for the lead and get this LCQ win. It's bragging rights in its own there. So, but Frankie DMB still in tow. He's got 1 and 2 right in front of him. Needs to stay calm. Either wait for a mistake or just kind of keep stalking, see what happens. But Tack now worked his way past Boomer Sooner into 4th, and he has opened up a gap. So you're looking at Tackman right now. He's got all 3 transfers right in front of him. He too needs to stay cool, calm, and collected. Tack definitely has the speed to get up there. It shows he's got 6 seconds to the back of Frankie, which is possible. It might even be closer than that as Frankie gets a bad run through the whoops. Tack gets through the whoops pretty decent, making it work the best he can. Back up to Lonzo and Audacity. Just trying to keep a consistent ride going. They've been pretty clean thus far. Frankie DMB got Tack closely behind as it looks like Audacity went off track up here. That is going to be a crucial mistake. But still has plenty of time back to Frankie DMB, but Tack is now working to get past him, and he does. Oh, and gets a bad run. See if he can salvage it. Really good re-entry on the track there. Not a lot of momentum, but saves it the best he can. He's going to clear that finish line double, so now with probably about 2 laps to go, if I have to guess, can Tackman catch Audacity for the final transfer position? It is certainly possible. Got a bunch of people backing out at this point late in LCQ. It's all going to come down to these whoops, I think. There's a couple spots in this track where if you get off, it's tough to get back on, so ooh. Lonzo looking to get an LCQ win here. He's going to have 1 lap to go when he comes back around. Audacity just needs to keep it on 2 wheels. And Tackman is going to need a little bit of help. Alright, 1 lap to go. Lonzo, see if he can get it done. Audacity has closed the gap back up just a little bit now. They have no immediate threat behind them. It would take quite a few mistakes at this point for them to lose the transfer positions. Solid ride again by Tackman. That's 2 weeks in a row that he'll finish in the 3rd place position. Just miss out on that transfer to the main event, unfortunately for him. Unless someone were to miss it at this point. Oh, absolutely eats it there. Oh, Audacity goes off track there, getting a little squirrely. Alonso is coasting in though. Not gonna lie, I thought this LCQ was gonna be a bit more of a banger. I thought there'd be some more battles through the pack, but just goes to show you how technical this track can be in spots as Lonzo gets that win and Audacity gets the 2nd position. Tackman will be 3rd. Frankie tries to go for the pass. Plays nice. He's gonna settle in for 4th. Boomer Sooner 5th. And then it was Amethyst, MX Mickey, and I think Captain Cole were the other 3 that disconnected. So alright, our 250 field is set. Like I said, Alonzo and PS HP Audacity will be joining the rest of the 250A main field. Got a tight 250 battle tonight. For the points, that is, with 2 rounds to go between Air Jordan Supite and Mr. Twister. It's anyone's ball game, so it's going to be a crucial main event. We are going to get the 450 main event lobby set up here shortly, and then we'll be back on stream. Alright, we're just waiting on Hockey Drew and Wasabi. I don't know if they're watching this, but I've sent them both invites, so not quite sure if it's their settings or what, but I'm going to try to invite them one more time. Alright, we're going to wait just 2 more minutes till 9:25 and then we'll start either way. And just as I say that, Wasabi is in. Good deal. Everyone is just about readied up. Give Nunu just a second here. Thanks again for y'all's patience. Appreciate it. Full 450 main event tonight. Pumped on that. Obviously, the signups have gotten a little lower as the season has gone on. I think that's just kind of the game maybe fading out a little bit, but excited to have some custom tracks here at the end of the season in the mix. And we're just going to go ahead and get started. Track is Ioma Practice 2. This is the 450 A main. Got a good little lineup here. Some fast guys. Looking forward to some good battles. We will be going to another MXGP 21 season. Wrap up this series. So be on the lookout for that. I know we got some people on here that do like to play GP21. We had a rad season last year. Bunch of people playing when that game first came out. So it'll be, I think it's 6 rounds custom track series on that game. So stay tuned. Michael, yes, I do read live comments. My bad, bro. I've just been frantic getting everything together here. But ready for some exciting racing. Let's do it. 450A main. Oh no, you're good, man. I was just saying, like, typically I do, but I was all out of sorts for a minute. Alright, here we go. Hockey Drew, Dom Calindris, Young Macadelic, I'm Xerix, Wasabi, SX Corey, PSHP Austin, Samuel YZB, Nunu, Cowboy Cam, Vivid, and Cam Bam 69. Nunu's still not readied up. I hope he's paying attention. And he is good to go. Alright, let's get the gate dropped on this thing. Ioma Practice 2. It's a fun little track. Speaking of PSHP Austin, I will agree with that. Let's go on board with him. He's got the points lead in that summer series over there. It just started. I think they're 4 rounds in now. Gets a good little jump, but who is that to the gate? To the line first? That's Vivid. So Vivid off to a good start early in this one, and Austin runs it in deep on him. Not quite sure if that was on purpose or what, but that looked bad. So I'm going to just give him a warning. Young Macadelic works his way out front. Has Wasabi looking to get on the inside there, but not going to make a pass quite yet. Just going to be a little bit patient. Triple's in there. It's a fast triple line. So he's got Dom Calendra's third, PSHP Austin now battling for that position with Samuel YZB fourth. I'm Xerix back in sixth. Essex Corey seventh. Nunu in the mix. A lot of people bunched up here. Back out front, let's check on the leaders. Ooh, Wasabi scoots on the inside. Makes the pass on Young Mac. Austin into the third position now. Knows he has the speed to be up there. Seriously is one of the most improved in this esports season. Props to him. I'm Xerix. Good little start here for him in fifth. Cowboys Cam 6th. Sammy YZB 7th. Hockey Drew back in 8th. No doubt he will charge his way back up front. SX Corey 9th, Nunu 10th, Vivid 11th after a great start. Unfortunate what happened to him. Wasabi opening up a little bit of a gap now. I say that as he nicks a tough block just a little bit, able to keep it on two wheels. Young Macadelic gets a good drive through that triple section. Now this is crucial right here. Curious to watch how these 450 guys are getting through the whoops. So triples in out of the turn. Nice drive for Young Macadelic. Same thing for Austin. Making up a little bit of ground on P2 now. The battle in points now, since Axis has wrapped up the championship, is for that second place position. I know Xerix and Sam are decently close to Austin if I'm not mistaken. But good statement ride by Austin here. Third place early. Let's see if he can hold it down. Would be a good finish for him. Dom Calendra's fourth. Xerix still hanging out in fifth, falling off the pace just a tad bit, but still plenty of time left in this main event. Hockey Drew up to the sixth place position now. Cowboys Cam hanging in there and goes off track. SX Corey is going to take advantage of that. Go ahead and make that pass. And Vivid now working his way to see if he can't get around Cowboy Cam as well. Samuel YZB in dead last now. Bummer to see that for him, but back up front again to Wasabi. Clicking off laps. He's opening up quite a bit of time on the rest of the field. Dom gets a little squirrely before the whoops, and I think that's going to allow Hockey to blow by him here. And that just goes to show you how crucial those whoops are, especially for those 250 guys later on. They're going to have a hard time getting through those clean all night long for 15 minutes. Xerix falling back to the sixth position now. SX Corey has him in sights. Back of the field is more of the same. Wasabi still leading this thing. Mr. Twister, what's up, my man? Good luck tonight. Looking forward to seeing you battle it out. Austin just can't seem to inch close enough to get on the back of Young Macadelic. He's had about that same 2-3 second gap for the last few laps here. But then again, plenty of time left in this main event. Hockey Drew P4, I'm Xerix P5. What happened to Dom Calendris? Must have got off track, made a mistake somewhere. A couple people got around him. SX Corey has got three guys right in front of him within a couple seconds, so I'm going to be interested to see how this battle shapes out for those guys. Vivid making the best out of the early race incident, coming back from 12th to 8th, so going to have a little bit of work to do to get more out in front of that, but it's still an improvement. Cowboy Cam falling back to 9th. Samuel YZB unfortunately in 10th. Rough season for Sam this year, not necessarily up to his standards, and Nunu absolutely just cleaned him out. So we're going to go ahead and warn Nunu for that. And Wasabi is absolutely checked out. There's no one even close to him. He's got a good 15-second gap back to Hockey Drew, but who knows? Clear track for Hockey, 15 minutes, anything's possible. Austin still in third, even though he finally gets around Young Macadelic, but still going to hang out in that third place position, but passed by good company in Hockey Drew. Cam Bam has left the lobby. Young Mac still a solid ride in fourth. A couple seconds back to Xerex, who struggles to hit that triple in. That's going to allow Dom Calendris to get by. SX Corey still hanging back in seventh, not able to make up too much ground. Samuel YZB unfortunately is going to be lap traffic before we know it. Over a minute down. Rough race for him. We'll go ahead and warn him soon. But Wasabi is absolutely flowing right now. Looks really good on this track. Let's see if Hockey's made up any time. He's still about the same distance back. I'm going to go ahead and warn Samuel YZB, let him know that Wasabi is coming through, as well as Nunu and Cowboy Cam. Young Macadelic gets back around PSHP Austin, take that third place position. It's going to be a good little battle between these two guys here. Let's see who can get the better drive. Austin kinda stays patient, gets outside there. This is a tricky little section before the finish here with the Dragons back. Back to fifth, where I'm Xerex and Dom Calendris have just been swapping the position back and forth. So Xerex is going to be in that top five. A good ride for him if he can hold on to it. SX Corey making up a little bit of time on those two from playing cat and mouse. And Nunu in eighth. So Nunu's kind of the leader of that back of the pack charge at this point. I feel like 8 through 11 are pretty close to each other. But it's Wasabi still in control of this thing. Looks like he's got a 9-second gap on Hockey Drew, so Hockey is coming. He's definitely closer than he was a couple laps ago. I'm gonna warn these guys one more time. Let them know to give way to the leader. I know they're in a battle of their own, but they just need to be watching out. But Wasabi's pretty crafty. I have no doubt he'll find a way to get around these guys smoothly. Moves Vivid out of the way. Wasabi working his way through traffic, no problem. Cowboys Cam has left the lobby, calling it a night. Hockey still has quite a bit of time up to Wasabi. Wasabi's shredding, so again, it feels like we've already raced the whole main event, but there's 11 minutes to go plus one, so see who can stay the most consistent. The gap is now 12 seconds back to Hockey Drew. Wasabi's got a clear track in front of him after getting through lap traffic. Be curious to see if Hockey Drew has the same luck getting through. Looks like Vivid is kind of slowing up, getting out of the way, knows that the lead group's coming through. But let's check back in. Young Macadelic still P3. Austin not quite losing sight of him though. So those guys are probably going to battle it out to the end for that podium position. This is where that mental stamina comes in. 10 minutes to go. Gotta really continue to focus on hitting your marks, picking out your lines, and just really trying to stay cool and collected. And just as I say that, young Matt goes down, still manages to get a decent drive through the whoops, but Austin's going to do him one better, it looks like, and he almost is able to show a wheel and make a pass there, but young Macadelic is going to shut the door. Going to watch this from Austin's point of view to see what he tries to do here to make this pass stick. Really good little battle here. Xerox is really not that far off. I mean, if one of these guys were to make a mistake, especially in that treacherous whoop section, you never know. As young Macadelic nose picks, Austin's going to make a nice clean pass up the inside, kind of overshoots that turn just a little bit. Young Macadelic's going to get back by now. And these two are bar to bar going into this turn. Young Mac throws a steezer. Corey's down. Weird approach to this rhythm, but they both kind of get a weird drive. Austin on the outside now. Tries to cut under. Oh, and they both go down. So that's what I'm talking about. Xerox now is not far back. That's all it could take. These 450s are able to power through just a little bit better in those whoops. So if you do make a mistake going into it, seems like it's a little bit more forgivable. So Dom Calendris went out there, not quite sure if that's a lag out or a rage quit, but either way that's going to put SX Corey and Xerox a little bit closer, or at least one less person to deal with. As Xerox loses a spot to Corey, but Corey on the move now. He sees these two guys in front of him. It's within reach, so young Macadelic and Austin have kind of been holding each other up just a little bit, I think, losing a couple seconds a lap, allowing these guys behind them to pick it up just a bit. Back up front to Wasabi, trying to see the gap, still managing a healthy lead. If anything, he's opened it up more. If timing and scoring is correct, it's 19 seconds back to Hockey Drew. So it really comes down to that start. Wasabi was kind of up there in the mix, was able to make some passes early. I think it was young Macadelic and Austin he had to get around early, and he was gone. And that was it. So unless anything huge happens, it looks like he's going to get it done. But young Macadelic still P3 behind Hockey Drew. Austin does not want to give this thing up. He is still working. But SX Corey really in the best position here, in my opinion. I'd rather always be kind of checking out what's going on in front of me and kind of wait for something to happen, or if you're quicker, you're going to find your way up there. So I'm Xerox falling off of Corey just a little bit now. Samuel YZB able to salvage a couple positions, but he is very far out of this thing. Nunu does not want to let him go. A little bit of bad blood between these teammates. And Vivid P9, really unfortunate for Vivid what happened to him on the start. I'm sure it wasn't on purpose from Austin, but just unfortunate racing incident. And Austin gets around Young Mac. It looks like Young Mac might have made a mistake because SX Corey worked his way up into this battle as well. SX Corey, the admin, one of the admins I should say, over at AOSX. Check them out if you haven't already, but probably the biggest league on this platform, so shout out to them. Do a sick job over there. Young Mac back to 5th now, and I'm Xerox has his sights set on maybe getting that spot back, getting back inside the top 5. Young Mac's making a couple mistakes here late in this one with 5 minutes, 5:55 plus 1. Austin and SX Corey. It's probably the best battle on the track at this point. Let's go on the orbit cam here. Check these guys out. Good little drive to the whoops for Austin there. You can see the distance back to SX Corey. Really solid ride from Austin's, kind of persevered through any weird things that have happened in this one. Been the most consistent out of that whole group that's running in this range, battling for that final podium position. Wasabi and Hockey Drew have checked themselves out, but Austin's the next quickest on the track, I think. But SX Corey, with a really solid ride to this point. Austin working his way through lap traffic. Brennan, appreciate that, man. Yeah, we're trying our best to be have one of the more premier racing experiences on PlayStation, so we get better and better every year. Appreciate you saying that. 250 class is definitely one of my favorite parts of commentating and race directing. Always fun to watch those guys. I'm Xerox. Got his way around Young Macadelic now, so Young Macadelic kind of falling apart at the end of this one just a little bit, but still a good ride in P6. And Xerox is right here in front of him, so we'll see what happens. Wasabi has lapped all the way up to 5th place. I don't even know how I missed that. Hockey Drew settled into that 2nd place position for majority of this main event. Ooh, SX Corey getting by Nunu there. Moving the lapper out of the way, understandably. I thought he was going to go down, glad he saved it. Young Mac backs out of the lobby. And so it kind of seems to be the theme with this 450 class. Later in the main event, people have had enough, especially when the track's getting the best of you. But hey, if you finish that race, I say it every week, points are points. So you look at Samuel YZB, just because of a couple people getting disconnected in 6th, Vivid 7th, Nunu 8th. Wasabi making his way through the back of the pack once again. I'll give a couple more people warnings, even though Wasabi's in no trouble, no pressure from behind, so but still want him to have a clear racetrack. Austin and SX Corey for the final podium position. Austin makes a little bit of a mistake before the finish. Ooh, and a very smart move by SX Corey, and he runs Austin high. That was an aggressive pass, but it was not dirty in my book. He could have blasted him off the back of the berm, but we'll keep an eye on it. But either way, really solid pass by SX Corey. Ran him high, but got to make it happen. See if Austin can regroup here and make something happen. He's definitely quick enough to get back in there. Thank you, Samuel, for getting out of the way. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's accidental. He certainly ran it in hot, but it wasn't, he didn't, like, T-bone him off the track. I mean, we'll keep an eye on it, but in my book, that was just an aggressive pass, but it was a pass. So Austin is working his way back into that battle, though, so anything's possible with a minute 15 plus 1. Ooh, goes off track, hits the tough block. That might cost him. All I'm saying, guys, is if you can run people high and do block passes, you just can't T-bone people off the track. I don't know, from my perspective, real time on my screen, I didn't think it looked that bad, but we'll see if Austin has a problem with it. We'll go from there. Let's focus on the end of this main event. Still the same running order up front, obviously. Wasabi P1, Hockey Drew P2. SX Corey again made an aggressive pass, but in my book it was just a pass. And 2 laps to go. This has felt like a very long main event, but pretty good racing. A lot of good battles in the middle of the pack. Obviously leaders again checked out early, but Solid ride, impressed by Xerex. Worked his way up into a good position. Had battles all the way through this main event. Really sick ride by Austin still. Really impressed by his speed. Points leader over in the summer series, so he's having some good luck this season. Putting in the work, it's paying off. Definitely some people with different opinions on the pass. I mean, hey, I'm all for it. Talking about it, it's good racing either way. Sword, what's going on, my man? With the popcorn emoji. Hell yeah. Accurate. And Wasabi is going to take that main event win. Saw Essex Corey with the pro move, letting Wasabi go by one more time so he didn't have to go one more lap. But Hockey Drew P2, Essex Corey 3. Again, solid ride by Austin 4th. We'll hear what he has to say about that pass with a couple minutes to go there. Xerex P5. Samuel YZB will be 6th. Vivid 7th. And Nunu in 8th. Alright, so 250s are up next. We're going to go ahead and get that lobby set up, invites set out, and then we'll be back on stream shortly. Alright, we're just waiting on Skinner. We'll get started in just a minute. Alright, if there's anyone that didn't make the main, I don't know who's still online at this point that wants to fill in, I'll give you just a minute. If you want to throw a comment out there on stream or let me know. But otherwise, we'll start at 10 o'clock on the dot. Alright, we got Frankie D&B in here. Good enough for me. Let's go ahead and start this main event. Sent Skinner like 5 or 6 invites. I don't know if he fell asleep with the PlayStation on or what. But 250 main event, I'm really excited for this one tonight. Like, this is going to be really good stuff with 2 rounds to go. So, curious to see who's going to come out on top. You guys let me know what you think. Who's going to win this main event? Who's got the championship locked up for the 250 class? Air Jordan, I believe, sits 14 or 13 points in the lead right now. We do have that 1 round drop, so he will lose his worst finish points-wise, so that really tightens it up even more, but I still think he has the points lead in that case by a couple. But needs to get out and have a good ride tonight. So start's going to be everything. First couple laps, getting out of the carnage clean. Good luck to all the 250 guys. We got Audacity, Frankie D&B, For Real, Sauce Dog, Bam, Tusapite, Pressure Applier, Easy Pro, Lonzo, Bop Vapor, Air Jordan, and Mr. Twister. Give everyone a minute to ready up. Track is Ioma Practice 2. Shout out to Strack MX. Really sick couple Ioma Practice tracks he's got on here. Alright, everyone's readied up. 250 A main, let's drop the gate. Let's see who I want to go on board with here. Let's go with Tusapite, P3 in his heat. And he gets a really good jump out of the gate. But it is... Tusapite is going to get that whole shot. Bam second. Battling with Easy Pro. Easy Pro makes an early pass. That turn is so tight right there. See who comes out alive. Easy Pro and Tusapite. Air Jordan is P4, P3, and he goes down, unfortunately. I know he's not going to be happy about that one. Let's go back to Pite now in 8th, 9th. Where's Mr. Twister? It's just such a mess right now. Mr. Twister P4, Air Jordan P3. Let's see if Air Jordan can get around pressure applier here. He does. Mr. Twister follows him. Oh, and Air Jordan goes off track but is able to save it. That's okay. Just needs to settle in. So much time this main event, but Easy Pro is taking the chance. He said, I'm going to run away with it now, guys. See you later. Mr. Twister working his way into second, Bop Vapor third, and Air Jordan fourth. Let's see if Air Jordan, makes a tight pass on Bop there. But I didn't really catch the whole thing, so tough to say. Keep an eye out. There's been a lot of incidents in this 250 class this year. A lot of it, I think, is just people wanting to have that best result possible, getting a little scrappy, and it goes all across the board. Everyone's had a takeout or a rough pass or two, so with that being said, we'll see how this one shapes out. Pressure applier working to get around Air Jordan now. Not able to do so here. Where's Supite? Supite P7. He's got his PSHP for real. Right in front of him, his teammate. Sauce Dog. Solid ride so far. P7 now. Gets around Supite. He came on the scene with us a couple rounds ago. Been getting better every week, so shout out to him. Bop Vapor, who had that incident, unfortunately, with Air Jordan where they came together there. Back into P9 now. Lonzo. First appearance, first A main, 10th place, and Audacity and Frankie DMB back here in 11th and 12th, back out front. Easy Pro has Mr. Twister right on his tail. Let's see if Mr. Twister can show off that veteran experience and make a charge here and get Easy Pro, who's been on fire as of late. Got his first win last week. Has had some A-main performances in other leagues, so definitely be a 450 guy next Supercross season, whenever that may be. Air Jordan falling off the pace just a little bit, but P3 would be a good ride for him. I think he's a little less worried about Mr. Twister and more worried about Supite. But at this point in time, Supite is P4. I missed him make a charge here, but pressure applier not making it easy. For real, P6, and Vapor working his way back up P7. So you got four guys all in the whoop section here. Bop's going to get a better run, get around For real. He's got his sights set on pressure applier and to Supite. Back here into 8th is Bam. Lonzo 9th. Audacity 10th. Sauce Dog unfortunately falls back to 11th. And Frankie DMB still in 12th. Let's check on this gap out front. I don't know what happened here, but Mr. Twister has fallen off the pace quite a bit. I think he is the faster rider between the two of them, at least on this racetrack. So let's see if he can put in some good laps with 11 minutes to go, make a charge here for the lead. Air Jordan now. Couple mistakes from Mr. Twister, and he is right back in this thing. He would love nothing more to work his way up and grab Mr. Twister here and get that P2. Easy Pro's no concern for him. For the championship, so just really racing for those championship points. Need a championship ride at this point in the season, but these guys always find themselves bunched up, especially later in these main events. Speed finds speed, real recognizes real. 2, 3, 4, your top three in points. Supite working as hard as he can to get up in this. Knows he needs to get around Jordan. This is do or die at this point. Just one more main event after tonight, so needs to take advantage of it. Tough position for Air Jordan to be in. I'm sure he knows what's going on in front and behind here. For real, in 5th, solid ride. Bam, making a couple passes, coming back from 8th or 9th he was earlier in this one. Pressure applier, 7th. Good showing for him overall. Shown some good speed in this one. Dig his helmet. Bop Vapor in 8th. Lonzo still hanging out in 9th, but potential to make a couple passes for him here. Rocking that J Coupe kit. Audacity 10th. Sauce Dog and Frankie DMB still going at it back here. Alright, so Easy Pro is well out front at this stage. Mr. Twister completely fell off, but the gap in between him to Air Jordan and then back to Supite is about even, so they're evenly spread out. Let's see. I'm so excited for the rest of this one. Like, this is going to come down to the wire, I get the feeling. I mean, so let's see, 3 seconds back to Jordan off of Twister, and then 4 seconds off of Jordan back to Supite. God, that is going to come down to the wire. But not a whole lot of changes on the rest of the field. Lonzo did get around pressure applier, grab that 8th place position. He's still knocking on the door of 7th and 6th here, so be curious to see what the rookie can do. It's Easy Pro's world, and these guys are just living in it tonight. I mean, super impressive ride by him. This would be 2 in a row if he can finish this thing off. And what is this? We got Supite closing in on his points rival, Air Jordan. Yeah, absolutely. One mistake and it's popcorn time. I agree. And Xerox 100%, man. This 250 class is banging every week. Really enjoy watching it. Not even going to focus on Easy Pro at this point. Just going to look at this battle, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th with our top 3 in points. Supite is still hanging in there. Let's go to the orbit view here. Get a different perspective on this battle. So you see Twister coming out of that turn into that rhythm lane now. You got about a 1 second gap in between 3rd and 4th here. Oh, as it looks like Supite maybe stumbles a little bit through that rhythm. I mean, this is a game of inches and seconds at this point. I mean, all it takes is even just the slightest, missing your mark in a rhythm, and you're losing a second or two to the guy in front of you. So, game of consistency. See if Air Jordan can get through here smooth. Continue to charge and see if you can't catch Mr. Twister. Back to the normal view here. It looks like, honestly, I think Supite might be pushing Jordan to go a little bit quicker here. They're kind of getting closer to Mr. Twister, at least from my perspective. Easy Pro still having no issue out front. He will be getting into lap traffic soon. I'll go ahead and send Frankie a warning shortly. But I do not want to get away from this battle. 2, 3, 4. It's been incredible. But we'll take a quick glance at the rest of the field. For Real is in 5th. Bop Vapor 6th. Bam falling back to 7th. Lonzo working his way up to 8th. Pressure Applier still 9th. Audacity 10th. Sauce Dog 11th. And Frankie DMB 12th. So Supite just can't really seem to get any closer than this to Air Jordan. Mr. Twister putting in a really smooth ride so far. All these guys have been pretty cool, calm, and collected. Supite always seems to kind of reel Jordan in just a little bit on this part of the track coming across the finish line, and then almost seems like Jordan stretches it out in those tough rhythm lanes in the front half of the track. Let's see if Easy Pro's getting into lap traffic. We're going to send Frankie a warning now. Let him know the Easy Pro's coming through. The number 400 Easy Pro. Making easy work of the field, if you will. Really nice ride by him. See if he can make it 3 in a row next week. Obviously has some time to close this one out, but it's looking to be his. 5 minutes plus 1. Back here to Mr. Twister, still holding down 2nd. Air Jordan 3rd, and he's opened up a little bit of room on Supite. I mean, this is like, to me, this is as intense as watching like a IRL Supercross championship come down to the wire. I mean, these guys have been absolutely battling it out all season. It's not like, they've all had a ride where they missed a main event or got dead last. I mean, they have been up there in every race all year, battling each other, same speed. I mean, these guys have been putting on a show, so it's been super fun to watch. Still got a little bit of time, but if you're Supite, you gotta start knocking on the door of Air Jordan here and making a pass. Championship ride calls for some aggressive moves to be made potentially. Charge a little harder than you would outside of your comfort zone. And see if he can find a little bit more speed here. Mr. Twister opening up a bit more of a comfortable gap over Air Jordan. Haven't really seen too many mistakes out of any of these guys. Twister's looked really good. Same for Jordan, and Supite almost goes off the track there. He's kind of had a hard time with that little triple right there. I think that's where Jordan's been pulling out on him quite a bit in this main event. Like I said, first half of the track, Jordan seems to be getting through pretty clean, and Supite is reeling him in on the second half, so a little bit of yin and yang. But rest of the field looks to be settled into their positions now too. For real, still holding down 5th, Bop 6th, Bam 7th. Pressure gets around. Lonzo takes the 8th place position back, but they're battling still back and forth. Sauce Dog gets the last 2 PSHP riders, moving that 10th place position. But Audacity is closely behind, and Frankie DMB 12th back up front. Easy Pro. No traffic directly in front of him. We'll keep an eye on that. Mr. Twister and Supite, so nothing has changed. I'm actually quite surprised by this. I really thought there'd be some more back and forth with these three, but I think everyone's got a little bit of nerves at play here. If you're Mr. Twister, you know you gotta go, keep those guys behind you. Jordan's kind of caught in the middle where he's charging, but also probably trying to ride conservatively enough to not make any mistakes. And Supite is pushing. As I say that, seems to have caught up just a little bit to Air Jordan. So 2 minutes to go. You know this one is going to be good, guys. Props to For Real. Honestly, a really good ride. Like, that lead group 1 through 4 has definitely checked themselves out, but For Real isn't all that far off. Good ride from Bop. Not a whole lot changing still. Wait a second. Is Mr. Twister catching Easy Pro? This is what it's looking like at this moment. Easy Pro is right there. Mr. Twister is not far off. So with 2 minutes to go, can Mr. Twister sneak a win in? Like, that would throw such a wrench in things at this point. You see Air Jordan and Supite going by in the other rhythm lane. They're still battling it out, so the gap is 7 seconds up to Easy Pro. So this would make things a whole lot more interesting for the championship. If Mr. Twister can steal this win here, that puts a little bit more of a gap in between him and Air Jordan. Warning Audacity, let them know to move out of the way. Leader is coming through. Hold your line, props for that. Easy Pro's going to go on by, but Mr. Twister, it seems like he's a little closer than he was in this rhythm last lap. It is not going to be easy to catch Easy Pro, but it's looking like 2 to go. I don't think they'll get a third lap in there, so 2 laps for Mr. Twister to close a 5-second gap. Easy Pro goes down again. I need to keep an eye on this. Not quite sure what's going on. Easy Pro knows he's in trouble at this stage. Mr. Twister is coming. Yeah, I swear, if Twister pulls this off, I'm seriously going to lose my mind. This is unreal. 4 seconds is the gap. Twister does need to get by Audacity cleanly. Gonna warn her again. Do not want this battle to get ruined here. Thank you for moving over. Appreciate that. Alright, so we're gonna watch this battle. Mr. Twister, he has to charge and get this win. Easy Pro was riding great in the first half, and not even to say he's riding bad in the second half, but Mr. Twister is just putting on an absolute clinic. And as I say that, Supite is in the 3rd place position around Air Jordan. What is going on at the end of this main event? I don't even know where to watch. We're going to start with the leaders here. Easy Pro and Mr. Twister. Going to give us a last lap show here. Can Easy Pro keep it clean and hold Mr. Twister off? We're going to have to find out. This one is going to be insane. Twister did find another level. He tapped into another gear. He is charging. See if Easy Pro gets a good drive through the whoops. He does. Keeping that 250F barking, skimming the top of those whoops. Mr. Twister seems like he may be falling off just a little bit where he was, but still in range. If a mistake happens from Easy Pro, this thing could come down to the wire. Gonna need a little bit of luck for sure, Mr. Twister is. We're gonna keep a close eye on Easy Pro. One rhythm to go for Easy Pro. You know the hands are shaking a little bit here. Just needs to stay calm. Get through this last rhythm clean. And it looks like he is going to do just that. Good for Easy Pro, getting his second win of the season back to back. What a ride by Mr. Twister. Charging late, making it interesting for the fans. Supite opened up quite a gap on Jordan. Bummer for Air Jordan, but great ride for Supite. That's a championship ride there, folks. Gonna grab that third place position. I know Air Jordan's a little bummed that he held on to that thing for so long and then lost it with only a couple laps to go, but that's racing. Great race. That was so much fun to watch. I really enjoyed calling that one too. So final lineup 1 through 5. Easy Pro with the win. Mr. Twister P2, Supite 3rd, Air Jordan 4th, For Real 5th, Bop Vapor 6th, Bam 7th, Pressure Plier 8th, Lonzo 9th, Sauce Dog 10th, Audacity 11th, and Frankie 12th. That is it, folks. Thanks for tuning into the stream and watching JGR ESX Round 11. Really exciting racing on both classes tonight. Shout out to everyone that came out to race. And appreciate you guys keeping me some company on stream, making it fun. We'll be back for the final round next Tuesday. That'll be at, per usual, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And I hope to see you guys then. Y'all have a good night.